This presentation was created to show to the Bacup Natural History Society. It's an imaginary special excursion train from the town to Blackpool, in, as the LMS handbill shows, summer 1939. It uses photographs of the places we passed through from all eras, even, anachronistically, BR views. We begin by choosing a route. This railway clearinghouse map of 1921 shows two possible routes from Bacup: westward through Rottenstall to Bury and Radcliffe, or southward through Whitworth to Rochdale, before turning west for Bury and Bolton. We could go by timetable trains, but the handbill shows you need to change twice. It does show the fare though. Blackpool third class adult return, 5 shillings and 3pence. If we go by our own special, it'll be cheaper. The excursion train could follow this listed route. The photograph shows Ramsbottom as it used to be, with the goods shed on the left and more buildings on the Bury platform. But it's a longer journey, with possible hold-ups. So our special is going to follow this other route. This is the entrance to Bacup Station on Rockcliffe Road. It was built in 1881 for the opening of the line to Rochdale, which we're going to follow. The road sign is, as many will remember, halt at Major Road ahead. And there's a chance to visit the sweet shop before we set off. Terminus was an island platform with an arrival road on the left and a departure road for Bury or Rochdale on the right. By the time of this view in April 1954, our route through Britannia was closed. The Aspinall A-class is 52443, a resident of Bacup Shed. The most exciting thing to see as we climb to Britannia is this 4-road engine shed, which was opened in 1883. Stanier 264 tank 42650 awaits its next duty. This station closed in 1917 as a wartime economy measure and never reopened. You can see the remains of the steps down to the island platform. The highest point on the L&YR was just beyond the bridge, 965 feet above sea level. On the way down to Rochdale, our train slows to take the curve through Shawforth Station. In the early 1960s, this would become a housing estate. The approach to Facet Station, which was the first terminus of the branch line from Rochdale, an earlier version of the mill in the background, gave the village its name. Here we get the train staff to move forward along the single line. Under the narrow bridge and into Whitworth Station. This is the whole complex, viewed from the road overbridge, with the goods shed and coal yard on the right. Broadley Station with a wonderful slotted post signal. The line closest was a run-round loop and refuge for goods trains. Healey Dell is a local beauty spot where the River Spondon tumbles towards Rochdale and is enhanced by the railway viaduct. The first view is one of the last northbound passenger trains in the summer of 1947. The coloured postcard of the opposite side of the viaduct, showing a train high in the air, was a local favourite to send. The station building was opened in 1870 and, like Britannia, closed in April 1917 as a wartime economy measure, but was reopened in October 1919. The goods service would last until August 1967. A-Class 060, number 52523, emerges from the short tunnel under the Whitworth Road with a Roch Valley Enthusiast Special on July 28, 1962. This would only go as far as Faceit. The tall warehouse at Wardleworth, with its penthouses for the cranes, is just before the station. And now we move on to the old Manchester and Leeds Railway main line at Rochdale. This is the enchanting roadside appearance of this large station. Passengers have to use a subway and these staircases to reach the trains. Castleton Station, looking back towards Rochdale. It was called Blue Pits until this new building was opened in 1876. After we pass through, the train will take the route to Bury using the east and north junctions. Like Faceit, Hayward Station was once the terminus of a short branch line, but now it's on a very sharp curve indeed. Broadfield Station opened in 1869, but was engulfed by a fire in 1883. These buildings were built as replacements. Approaching Bury, we pass several goods yards and a huge cotton warehouse on the right. Then it's through Knowsley Street Station and down the dip under the older East Lancashire Railway line to Manchester. A 242 tank waits to go east. Black Lane is the last station on this route before we connect with the line from Radcliffe to Bolton. A charming early view of Bradley Fold Station with a departing train. The development of several mills locally meant that the L&Y company had to improve their facilities, as the new signal box shows. After passing the Bolton Wanderers football ground on the left, our train will take the middle line through the station beneath the signal box. We can't see it from the train, but, once again, there's an impressive entrance to the town's main station. Lostock water troughs, and a chance for our hard-working driver and fireman to pick up some water for the tender. This method ensures that we keep travelling and don't have to stop anywhere. All the huge Atlantic locomotives we see in this picture have been retired in LMS days, but what a fine sight they made at speed. Lostock Junction Station, looking towards Bolton. Our train will take the line to the left-hand side of the station building as we see it, and head northwest. Soon after, we get a chance to see the huge locomotive works at Horwich, about a mile away across the fields, and we can see lots of locos lined up ready to go into the works for repair. A long straight stretch of track brings us to Adlington. The toll cupboard you can see at the end of the station building is for fire equipment. Trains generally slow down to go through Chorley, as there's a level crossing with Chapel Street at the south end. The up platform is where a Midland 2P440 is waiting for parcels to finish being loaded. The train turns from northwards to westward and goes underneath this piece of civil engineering. It was designed to hold back a deep cutting by transferring the weight across to the other side of the railway. With nothing above, these have become known as Chorley's flying arches. From Exton Junction to Maudland at Preston, the train uses the West Coast Main Line, giving us occupants a chance, just a chance, to see the latest giant express engines. The up blue and silver Coronation Scot passes us by. A few hundred yards further, at Exton Mineral Siding, a Black 5 and a Hughes 460 thunder north with carriages from different eras. In the early 1960s, the bridge in the background will be superseded by the M6 Motorway 1, which will cross the West Coast Main Line at this point. Leyland Station was rebuilt with 4 platforms in 1879. The nearby lines are the fast ones. The other North Union station was Farrington, where the Blackburn and Preston Railway originally joined. A goods train on the Liverpool to Bamber Bridge line heads west across the north end of the station. One bridge further on, and Hughes rebuilt 460 number 1522 is on the up fast with the Blackpool to Manchester Express. The south end of Preston Station, which is always busy with both Anglo-Scottish traffic and local trains. The covered footbridge on the right leads to the Park Hotel, which was a joint property of the L&YR and the L&YR. It overlooks Avonham Park and the River Ribble. The first station along the Preston and Wyre is Lee Road. This building, situated between the slow lines, dates from 1889. There's another set of water troughs just around the bend, and trains would sometimes race one another to get to Blackpool first. Anyone who knows about signalling will tell you that just couldn't happen. Another excursion train, quite like ours, approaches Solwick Station, where the goods yard is next to the down slow. It's another station set within the slow lines, but a bit larger than Lee Road. Kirkham is a very busy junction and is the point where three routes converge, two from Blackpool Central and one from Fleetwood. This signal box has 95 levers. This is what the signalman sees with an excursion coming from the flyover of the direct line. Our train is going to go round the bend on the left, taking the coast route. A Hughes 460 approaches Ray Green at the spot where the original branch line from Bradkirk to Lytham turned west. The station opened in 1846 to serve this old community, which was on the route to Lytham Dock. This new station at Lytham dated from 1872, when the two branch lines serving the town were connected by the L&Y. Passengers wait for a Blackpool-bound train to arrive. As the Fairhaven area west of Lytham was developed, the L&Y was petitioned for a better station, which was opened in 1903. The West End, by Arundel Road, is a favourite place for photographers, as most trains stop here so you get the chance of a good picture, such as Atlantic number 1412. St Anne's-on-the-Sea was another station which was improved by the L&Y to meet the demands of the new local residents. It was completed in 1892. A Hughes 460 is about to leave for Preston. This brand new station at Squires Gate, at the very south end of Blackpool, has only been open for a few years. The area was once called Stony Hill. As we pass through, we know we're nearly there. The L&Y opened the new fast line from Kirkham to Blackpool in 1905 and created a combined station on Waterloo Road. This is the coastline island platform with the direct line 1 on the left. Nowadays it's known as Blackpool South. Now we're getting really close. There's the carriage sidings at Bloomfield Road, and then it's the engine shed. Everyone's looking out for the tower. Past the signal box and we're there, almost underneath the tower. An A-class acts as station pilot. Out of the station, turn left down Hounds Hill, past the Palatine Hotel, over the road, and there's the sea. What draws one to Blackpool? Well, it's advertising like this. A 1926 poster with the latest fashions and things to do. Some of the claims are questionable. It's not a city. And please, can you explain real seas? And as for never needing a coat, setting off back, we might need to consult the platform board installed in 1922. It'll be one of these excursion platforms, and we'll see someone we know. They'll tell us. I wonder what the crew did while we enjoyed ourselves.